Good evening, you're watching Just the News. I'm Amita Balachandra. We start off today's bulletin with Assam floods because the toll has now gone up to 127. Over 22 lakh people have been affected in 28 districts of the state. Number has decreased as compared to last week. However, Barpeta, Chachar are the worst affected districts. Silchar town was submerged for the 7th consecutive day yesterday. In fact, Assam Chief Minister also visited the town and took stock of the situation. He called the floods a man-made disaster. Now, 116 relief distribution centers are active in the state, and a total of 564 relief camps have also been set up, and over 2 lakh residents have taken refuge in them. Now, according to Outlook, Manipur, in the meantime, has also sent relief materials for the flood-affected people of Assam. Moving on now from the story to Maharashtra's political crisis. There are a lot of updates that's coming, starting off with what the Supreme Court has said today. The Supreme Court has issued notice to Maharashtra Deputy Speaker on pleas filed by rebel MLAs challenging the disqualification notice issued to Shiv Sena's Eknath Shinde and 15 other rebel MLAs. Now, the court was hearing two petitions challenging the decision by Deputy Speaker to recognize Ajay Chaudhary as the leader of the Shiv Sena legislature party in place of Shinde, and the disqualification notices that were served on Shinde and the 15 rebel MLAs. Now, the Supreme Court has said, and I quote, as an interim measure, the time granted by Deputy Speaker to the petitioners or other similarly placed MLAs to submit their submissions today by 5:30 p.m. stands extended till the 12th of July, end quote. So the rebel MLAs have time till the 12th of July to file their notice as well. Now, the court will hear the matter again on the 11th of July. The Supreme Court also asked the Maharashtra government to ensure protection of 39 dissident MLAs and their family members. Now, to give you a bit of a context of what really is going on in Maharashtra, Maharashtra has been facing political turmoil after Eknath Shinde along with rebel MLAs left the state and have been camping in Assam's Guwahati for the past few days. Now, they've expressed their displeasures with the MVA alliance of Shiv Sena and the Congress and Nationalist Congress Party. They've demanded that Shiv Sena should form an alliance with the BJP. Now, while the political turmoil is going on in Maharashtra, the ED has issued summons to Shiv Sena MP Sanjay Raut in a money laundering case. Now, Sanjay Raut has termed the summons as a conspiracy to stop him from fighting their political opponents at a time of crisis. He has said, and I quote, "I'm not linked with any of the companies mentioned by the ED. Arrest me if you have orders from BJP to arrest me," end quote. Now, in April, the ED had provisionally attached immovable properties worth 11.15 crore rupees of three people, including Raut's wife Varsha, in the redevelopment scam. Meanwhile, Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray handed over cabinet portfolios of 9 rebel MLAs to other lawmakers. Now, according to CMO, the reallocation is done so that the state government functioning should not get affected. The urban development and public works portfolio held by Eknath Shinde has now been given to Minister Subhash Desai. Moving on from the story now to other news. The Ahmedabad crime branch on Saturday arrested activist Teesta Setalvad for alleged forgery, criminal conspiracy and insulting criminal proceedings to cause injury in cases related to the 2002 Gujarat riots. Now, according to a report by Live Law, she has been sent to police custody till the 1st of July by a Gujarat court. Now, former Gujarat Director General of Police RB Sreekumar has also been arrested. Now, the Gujarat Police have also formed an SIT headed by the Gujarat Anti-Terror Squad's Deputy Inspector General Deepan Bhadran to investigate this case. This comes days after the Supreme Court upheld the clean chit by the SIT to the then Chief Minister of Gujarat, Narendra Modi, in the 2002 Gujarat riots case. Moving away from the story now on to COVID news, and there's been a massive jump in the number of cases of COVID when compared to yesterday, because India has reported 17,073 new COVID cases and 21 deaths in the last 24 hours. Now, most of the cases are coming in from Maharashtra and Kerala. The daily positivity rate has been recorded at 5.62%, while the weekly positivity rate was recorded at 3.39%. Also in the news, former Union Minister and TMC leader Yashwant Sinha has filed his nomination for the 18th of July presidential elections today as the opposition's presidential candidate. Now, Mr. Sinha will be contesting against the National Democratic Alliance's Draupadi Murmu. Now, Congress MP Rahul Gandhi, NCP leader Sharad Pawar were among the people present to extend their support. Moving on to a story that's coming in from Bengaluru. Animal lovers in Bengaluru are quite upset with a proposal that's now coming by the state government to ban pets inside Cubbon Park. Now, according to Times of India report, banners will be installed at the gates on the 1st of July, and based on the response, a formal decision will be taken later by the state government. Now, this comes after more than 300 complaints of violations of guidelines in the parks and gardens. Many walkers and joggers complained that the dogs were allowed to roam freely, posing threat to others, and this is what the state government is saying, and that they've acted based on the complaints. However, there are over 5,000 people who have signed a petition on change.org to withdraw the proposal immediately. Moving on to environment news right now. And this is a report that came in over the weekend, where the National Human Rights Commission has taken suo motu cognizance of media reports of a US Think study which said that air pollution in Delhi reduces life expectancy by nearly 10 years. Now, the Energy Policy Institute has said that India accounted for about 44% of the world's increase in air pollution since 2013. Now, it said that if the claims are true, then it raises a serious issue to the right of life. It has also asked the center to respond to it within 4 weeks. Moving on to news coming in from across the world right now, starting off with Ukraine's crisis. Ukraine President Zelensky has addressed the G7 summit via video link, calling for more weapons for Ukraine. Now, according to BBC, Zelensky has said that he wants the war to end by the end of the year, before winter sets in. Now, he also appealed for more heavy weapons, anti-aircraft defense systems, and further sanctions in an address to the leaders. In the meantime, in a joint statement, G7 leaders have pledged to support Ukraine for as long as it takes, and leaders have told Russia that it must allow free passage of food from Ukraine. One piece of good news before we wrap things up here on this bulletin: India's Jehan Daruvala has made a successful Formula One test debut this week with World Championship winning team McLaren, where he drove the team's 2021 race-winning challenger, the MCL 35M, on 21st and 22nd June at the British Grand Prix venue Silverstone. Now, Jehan currently races with Italian team Prema in the Formula 2 Championship, the feeder series that sits one step below Formula 1 and is third in the overall standings. That brings us to the end of this bulletin. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.